Welcome back to Traveling with Krushworth. On this episode, I'm in Seville, Spain, a city that has an electricity all of its own. Walk with me down the Avenida de Constitución to the historic core. It's this beating heart that was once the vibrant epicenter of commerce from New World expeditions. Pause for a moment inside the great cathedral. Relax in the cool Barrio Santa Cruz, known to be the medieval Jewish district, and then cross the river to laid-back Triana district. No trip to Seville is complete without taking in an intimate flamenco show, a dance that is fierce, sexy, and deeply passionate. Seville Cathedral was built in the 16th century on the site of a destroyed Moorish mosque. The city's more ancient past echoes from the Giralda Bell Tower, a former minaret for the mosque. When construction began, medieval man said the cathedral would be built so large that those who saw it in its finished state would think them mad. The building took 104 years to finish, and upon its completion, it remains the largest cathedral and the third largest church in the world. Its history, stories, and traditions remain astounding. The Cathedral of Seville trumpets the power of the once mighty Spanish Empire. Explorer Christopher Columbus is buried within a magnificent tomb in the cathedral, one that features men symbolizing the kingdoms of Spain. Columbus's 1492 journey to the New World set a new history in motion. Through the Lion's Gate and step into the past at Seville's famed Alcázar, a UNESCO heritage site that weaves together the vibrant but turbulent history of Spain. Originally built by the Muslims, the Alcázar of Seville was captured by the Saint King Ferdinand III when Moorish Seville fell to the Christian forces in the 13th century. Travelers walk quietly through these hallowed halls, looking up at the unbelievable domes and intricate Muslim carvings. One must not miss the famous Maiden's Courtyard. The 14th century palace of the often despotic and unpredictable King Peter or Pedro is one of the site's crowning glories. His acts were cruel to Muslims, but just in the eyes of Christians. Isabel I of Castile and Leon married Ferdinand II of Aragon, bringing together the once warring kingdoms of Spain in the 15th century. Together, they sponsored Christopher Columbus's journey to the New World, but also oversaw the brutal Spanish Inquisition, which devastated the Moorish and Jewish populations. It was in the Admiral's Hall within the palace complex that both king and queen were debriefed of Columbus's experiences in this new frontier. The early 16th century painting, Saint Mary of the Navigators, is the world's first depiction of First Nations people from the New World, seen under the cloak of the Virgin Mary. Thanks for watching this Seville episode of Traveling with Krushworth. Follow me to mountainous Ronda, Spain by clicking the video link. For more photos and videos, please visit my website at travelingwithkrushworth.com or find me on Twitter at travelwithkrush. Don't forget to subscribe, it would mean the world to me.